I interviewed a man, the biggest comic collection in the world, in a cow pasture in Indiana, who had an exact replica of the Bat Cave, including the pole. I'm like, this is amazing.
RJ here, so our Comic-Con coverage continues. We are hanging out with the lovely Adrianne Curry. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. We got to talk about the costumes to kick things off. So each day, you're doing a different outfit. Take us through. Yesterday, what were you?
Yesterday, I was Raptor Jesus, and I had a little sheep with a crown of thorns, a big raptor head, and Jesus robes.
And how did you come up with that? Whose idea was
Raptor
that?
Jesus is an internet meme that was, I think, created about 7 years ago, where they had Velociraptor and all that stuff, and someone just decided it'd be awesome to Photoshop a raptor's head on Jesus Christ, and then it became huge. So people were like, "Well, what are you, and what's the meaning behind this?" I'd be like, "Well, I was born 90 million years BHC before human Christ, and I went extinct for your sins."
Wow.
Yeah. And today I'm Chrissy Monteiro from the video game Tekken, the fighting game. The Brazilian bombshell that does a lot of kickboxing, and I kickbox all the time.
I love the details. Like, you got everything down, like
yeah.
down
No, this
the
is
nail polish going
totally
on,
screen accurate.
No, you're a veteran here at Comic-Con. I mean, this is what, your 4th, 5th year now that you've been down here?
Yeah, and I don't just go to like this con. I go to cons all over the United States. I have a problem.
You're a con addict, I guess, right?
I think it comes naturally. Like, I've always loved, costuming for Halloween and stuff. I always have the best ones. And it's almost like designing and modeling. I feel like I get to design costumes and wigs, and then I get to show them off in Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week here at San Diego Comic-Con 2012.
Now, you can't leave Comic-Con without, of course, talking about Stan Lee, who's like the god.
I was with
of Comic-Con.
Stan Lee like all day yesterday.
That's kind of a big deal, though. Like, the guy
Yeah.
who's like the king here, and you're spending the whole day with him.
Last night we had a party for Stan Lee's Kamikaze that's coming up in LA, another con.
Another con.
Yeah.
You're definitely an addict, that you know all these cons we don't even know about.
Stan was up really late last night, throwing down though at the bar. I was like, go Stan.
So he's got his new channel, and you've got one of the shows on the channel. So what's it like to have your own show on Stan Lee's World of Heroes?
It's awesome to have my own show. It's the first one I'm executive producing, so I've co-created, executive produced.
And your name in the title too. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I'm hosting, so this is my baby. I've always wanted to do this, and it's awesome that I get to be on Stan Lee's channel, because all my friends hate me.
Right.
They just think I'm the biggest bitch on the planet, because they're like, how is this happening? And I'm just like, I don't know, but I'm not gonna fight it,
Welcome to Rancher Obi-Wan.
Empire.
Dumpster diving can be a really great place to find collectibles.
This is probably one of the biggest personal collections.
It's not one of it, it's the.
Somehow or another, I became the president of the LA chapter, and
Mr. President.
that's correct. You better salute me. Miss you too. I will, Chuba.
So take everyone through, like, how's it going to work on the show?
All right, Superfan is kind of like a docu-reality.
Okay.
Basically, since I'm a fan, I wouldn't say I'm a fanatic, because I haven't gone as far as many people, but I'm a huge fan of things myself. I've got all my collectibles, my cosplay gear and all this, and I said, you know what? A lot of people look at me and they're like, well, why do you do all this? And I've heard people say, you're like successful. Why are you wasting your time? And I'm like, that's what I want to show, is that the majority of the people who do this are successful, because costumes are not cheap. I think the most expensive one that I have was about $1,500, $1,600. A Stormtrooper's full set costs about $2,000, so you can't live in mom's basement and be poor. So I wanted to show that people have wives, kids, legitimate careers, and say like real estate, yet they build the Hall of Justice in their backyard in the middle of Indiana in a cow pasture. And you're just like, what is this? I mean, I interviewed a man, the biggest comic collection in the world, in a cow pasture in Indiana, who had an exact replica of the Bat Cave, including the pole. I'm like, this is amazing. So I really want to just feature fans, their fandom, and show that, you know, we're not freaks just because we enjoy really cool things. And I'm sorry that you're not very imaginative, but if you would like to be for a moment, watch my show.
Last thing, if you had to describe the entire Comic-Con experience just in one word, what would that word be?
Bourbon Street for nerds.
I like that. That definitely sums it up.
Bourbon Street for nerds.
There you go.